I am here to represent His Excellency, the Executive Governor, in order to inaugurate this very, very important committee in the fight against corruption and indeed public complaints from across our state. I have a little note that I'm supposed to go through. However, the temptation is very high to maybe say one or two things outside the note, not after coming into this office. I have not been in here before. The last time we came, there were so many people, so I decided maybe at another day. But my wildest imagination, you know, has not been able to picture this very nice, very beautiful and corporate, you know, office put together. I think this also goes indeed to show the seriousness with which this office is operating. And believe me, when he said, I'm going to talk, it's my turn to talk, I thought Mike will come out from somewhere because it's so, yes, this is a very, very nice setting. Like I said, it is not how good it is, but how serious both the office and the government are to ensure that there is a befitting, you know, edifice to perform this very important and onerous responsibility. I want to say that the committee, as I understand, is one of the most important, I think, committees we would inaugurate. My reason is that this organization has a dual role and responsibility. The first role, of course, is public complaints. Most people may have some complaint that they just need to get it sorted out and resolved amicably, which means it is not what you may call a crime. So on the other hand, of course, anti-corruption is a fight, of course, against crime. Now, which means the double role should not be misconstrued or lost in just one, and that is fight against crime and on and on. So I think this committee will bring out strategies whereby people of Kano State will have the benefit of both, to complain if the need arises and to get amicable settlement. And then, of course, on the other hand, if the need arises for criminal action of enforcement, that also could happen, so that it can open the door to, you know, the public to know that they can come and lodge a complaint, and whether it is between neighbors, within the family, within friends, then whether it's against the government or any of the arms of government, and the complaint can be looked into and sorted out. So I want to say that this office, as we know, government of Kano State under Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduji has done so much to ensure this office comes to life and performs credibly. I cannot forget when, I don't know that he's still the chairman of ICPC, but I know at one time we had an occasion event at coronation, and the statement was very clear that it is only in Kano that this public complaint and anti-corruption organization works more or less like the ones established at the federal level. He clearly mentioned that in many states, the function of the office is simply to cover up, maybe to do one thing or the other according to the will and wishes. But he said in Kano State, the office is functioning as it should be, and we all know how many people, both within the government and outside, had to pay for their criminal actions. I know 1 or 2 commissioners lost their seats due to the actions of this office, a permanent secretary or 2 also, and a host of other public officers. That clearly indicates this office is working, and there is no sacrificial lamb. Anybody that is found wanting, the person can be dealt with. So we thank God that this is happening, because believe me, we need not say that corruption in this country is killing all of us. And the truth of the matter is that we will never develop or progress with this level of corruption in this country. We cannot go on. Let me digress a little bit. Some 2, maybe 4, 5 years back, there was a survey in the United States on police force. They wanted to know how many of them were offered bribe in the course of their duty. And believe me, at the end of the survey, it came out a little over 80% confessed they have never, ever been offered a bribe in the course of their duty. And the simple reason is that offering a bribe is another offense, and they know it. And if you do that, you will be arrested in addition to your whatever crime you committed. You will have a double jeopardy. So the less than 20% that said yes, the attempt was made to give them bribe, and indeed, of course, they said they didn't receive it. Now, which means we are far, far away from that ideal situation and circumstance where our people can live a corrupt-free life, where our governments can work and improve the lives of our people instead of a few, amassing whatever wealth that is meant for the ordinary common man. I think this office in particular, and in these few years, let me admit, when Muhimagaji became the chairman, has done so much, and it has become, an exemplary, organization that is working for the betterment of, Kano people. We thank God we have people who have vision, who think they have a responsibility. And when that happens, any organization works. You won't believe it. It will work. What is needed is the vision, the determination that, yes, I have an opportunity and I want to leave my mark. By the time I leave, somebody will say, yes, something has happened here. And that is, I think, what is happening. We thank God the orientation generally here is very high and very good. And I want to say, I think on behalf of the government, we recognize this effort. Today, by the inauguration of this committee, I also know better things are yet to come. And we hope that the inauguration of this committee will bring new zeal and effort into what is already a good situation. I cannot inaugurate the committee without, of course, mentioning the so many achievements made by the Kano state government to ensure this office works. And there are so many of them listed here, which most of us really are not strangers to it. Especially the independence, given to the organization. I have heard severally His Excellency stating that he does not interfere and he cannot rescue anybody. So if you do something wrong, face the music. I want to, on behalf of His Excellency, call on this new committee to work assiduously and give the best you can, because believe me, it will go a very long way in making this office and the government in general, likable by people, because things are happening the way they should be. So on behalf of His Excellency, the Executive Governor, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, on behalf of the government of Kano State, the good people of Kano State, and of course in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, I hereby inaugurate this committee on anti-corruption strategy, and I wish you the best of luck and the best of all intentions. Thank you, and God bless.
Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So before I said my remarks, I wanted to associate myself with what you have just said and congratulate the chairman for these laudable achievements. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to guide him so that he will proceed and do much better. Sir, I feel humble and grateful to be part of this committee. And on behalf of the members that have just been inaugurated, we wanted to appreciate and thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, for bringing up this program. And we are very grateful to be selected to take part in this commission so that we'll be able to deliver best or to help to do our best to see that we have made some achievement out of the program and the policies that His Excellency wanted to achieve for the benefit of people of Kano State. We are very grateful, and I want to state that we work tirelessly and we work hard, shows loyalty, commitment, so that we'll be able to deliver. We'll do our best to see that this program make a progress, an excellent one, inshallah. Thank you, Uncle.
Each and everybody here to this occasion, which is one of the commitments, is part of the commitments of the state government toward ensuring transparency and accountability in governance. The anti-corruption strategy has been inaugurated last year during International Anti-Corruption Day celebration. It coincided with the commissioning of our Anti-Corruption Institute at Goronduse. And part of the strategy, it entails the need for a steering committee which will comprise very senior public officials that will steer the steering committee. The essence of the steering committee is to bring out modalities of how to, among other things, checkmate the excesses of corrupt practices in much more modern ways and not enforcement way. Arrests, investigation, and prosecution will not necessarily be the remedy for corrupt practices, but the strategy encompasses all the needs that we will implement to make sure that we make our state to be corrupt society. And it needs, again, there's an M&E that will be inaugurated by this committee after the inauguration of this committee by the state government. We will inaugurate the Monitoring and Evaluation Committee, which will require people from Cybercom, Special Duties, Local Government, Finance, Due Process, Information, Auditor General, and the Head of Civil Service, that is the Office of the Permanent Secretary of Manpower Development. They will not be below the rank of Assistant Directors. And from the civil society group, we will have the NGO, that is 2 NGOs which will be nominated by this commission, and media, that is the NUJ, then traditional council, religious bodies, and the MBA. With this, Your Excellency, I welcome you to this important occasion, and I will wish to apologize for starting this late. I know many people have tight schedule. Thank you very much, and more particularly, I will use this opportunity to appreciate the state government's commitment to this cause. We have no cause to complain, and we have no reason not to perform. So that is why we will be determined to ensure that we do the needful, inshallah, to serve the Kano people. Thank you very much, and God bless.